And here we are live again. It's been a while. Needless to say. So, let's see. Always having an issue with angles. You know why? Because I don't have professional equipment. There we go. And I'm going to zoom just a little bit. Because I'm doing this tree. And I figured I'd make a halfway decent video. So basically I'm repainting this tree. I'll be repainting this too, because this looks like crap. So I'm just going to end up painting over it. So figure for anyone who's actually like me starting out, this is a pretty good way of doing texture on a tree without actually using a knife or nothing. But I mean, it's almost the same technique though. So let's see if I can get this right. Hey, Amanda. So let's see if this is light enough. Yeah, that's light enough. So just, take a flat brush and just go across. And I did this already with the dark brown. And this being very inconsistent lines. Let's see, is that showing up? For the most part. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. And that right there. That'll show you what I'm doing. Doesn't quite look the same on that end, but you get the idea. I'm just touching it. And let the paint wear out on either side. And it's just going to get darker and darker as it goes that way. I think some light would hit here. Whatever light is here. Not a whole lot of it. But it's not exactly nighttime. And this defines, pretty much how the tree would look. And just the top back here. Okay. defines that shape. Texture, it's all about texture. Now all that would be in shadow, all this and that. So work on the next branch. This is a pretty natural tree color too, because I look at a lot of trees, you know, and it's like, how do you get that color? Well, I made brown, threw a little bit of blue and white in it, just a very little, and I got this color. This is nothing but like a light brown, tinted more to the gray side. Establish. These are not the final highlights. This is just to bring the tree out. I mean, it's not going to be too bright in here anyway, because it's like right in the forest, you know. You got all this green. But this is a painting I started well, not a long time ago, but a while back. And I wasn't liking how it was looking. So, you know, I consider this my practice piece. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Oh. Text message. I don't even know if I can. Yeah, I can. Alright. So naturally, because there's dark brown paint on here, whenever you go in with a light color, like, I'll show you. Where is it? Right there. Okay. No, that ain't it. Well, maybe it was it. No, because the white's not there. There's the white. Oh, okay, there's my mess. It's zoomed in, so. Okay. So what I do is I made this dark brown using crimson and sap green, right? So, and then to get this color, I took some white and blue, okay, and then it made like this grayish brown because of the blue. The blue tinted the brown, so when I threw the white in there, it wasn't so bright. And then I have this white on the side, so that every time this color gets darker, which it will, I just throw a little more white in it. So that's pretty much how we do it. And I'm not going too bright. Because I don't want to lose what I'm doing here. I can go brighter after with final highlight, which I'll just end up making this color, which is a light bluish brown. I'll just end up making this color lighter. And as I run out of paint on the brush, I go back up against that line, and I'll show all that texture as you run out. Then I'll flip it around, use the paint on the other side of the brush, and I'm going to stagger all these lines because I want inconsistency. Tree bark is inconsistent. It's not all uniform. So we want to make sure that we keep it like that. Okay, so the light coming down like that. Definitely hit here. See, and I'm just touching it using the chiseled end of the brush, just like up there. You can go flat on like this. Wouldn't matter. So then just go straight up that side. Bring it on out. So that gives it a rounded look. Like that. Tree bark is going to be much more tighter as it goes up a limb, so take the, make a chiseled end of the brush like that, and then I go, here's my finger. Here's my finger. There it is. What's up, Steve? And then I push on it like this, so that I get that on the end. And then I get this funky design, and end up looking like tree bark. Not too much in there. That's all leaves and stuff, so which I'll be fixing because I don't like it. Inconsistency is the key for tree bark. Inconsistent. You want as many points of paint as you can when doing trees. And then we'll bring it together here. Let it go right up into the shadow and let it get darker and darker as it goes up. And we will separate each limb with shadow after. And just like that. Inconsistent. Just let the brush do what it wants right about at this point. You get a lot of different designs. Not too much down there though. Not going to see too much of it down there. I mean, you could, but then you'd end up bringing this tree so much closer. You don't want that. Keep it fairly distant. Light blend right there so that it shows the difference in the tree trunk. And I'm probably going to separate it here as well. Just like that. And I'm just going to blend that in. Because this is the very darker side of the tree. So, like I said, we'll be able to see it better when I use the shadows. Like that. It almost looks pretty natural. Yeah, well what I do is I do this live, and then I take this live video, which will probably last an hour usually, until I get cut off, because I don't keep track of time well, and then I throw it on YouTube. I now have 13 subscribers on YouTube. It's pretty cool. But I'm more targeting the beginners, because I'm a beginner. So I'm not a freaking pro. Not yet. But we will get there eventually. But thank you. There we go. But yeah, I always try to, when I got an idea, I like going live so that people can see it, and then, well, I don't have any editing equipment anyway, so it's not like I could edit it if I wanted. But this way people can see it in real time. I think that's better. Yeah, no, this is crap. But it'll look alright. It'll look sellable when I'm done with it. There's just so many things, like the anatomy of that thing right here is nowhere near correct. But I'll be fixing it as well. I have to because it's really annoying. The deer's not too bad, but this has to come up more, and then this has to disappear. How I'm gonna do that, I don't know. But this one is just for tree bark. I've been looking at this damn tree and it's like, you know what? No, it's not working for me. So, alright. Let me make this color lighter. So, it's the same color that I just used, just throwing a little more white in it. Make it brighter. And then we go right back over, not all of it, just the whatever's going to be in the light. No, not bright enough. So, can't go lighter with white. So, I'm going to use a little yellow ochre in there. Yellow ochre is a good color. It's almost like natural sunlight color when you mix it with white. Yeah, right about there. That looks good. Not too yellow. Still, you know, I just threw it in that brown mix that I had with the white. Yeah, that's much better. See, it's brighter, but it's because it's a different color than what I used. Originally. So, bring it straight down like that. And then, so right now I'm just going to hit the edges like that. And you'll see how it begins to define, you know, itself. Almost like it's showing itself to you, you know what I mean? And this is the point where if you didn't like the way the tree looked, you can either, you know, you can make it fatter. You can't make it skinnier, but you can make it fatter. That's probably what I'm going to do right here. So like I said, I can hit it straight on like this. And let the see, the brush will bend like that, and you'll get this funky design because it's a flat brush. I'm just going to make this a little fatter right here. Yeah. It looks a little more natural, like it could actually hold all that. Now define. Oh, this is what creates the root underneath. So we'll define that a little. And then this one is just gonna be a line because it's too far from the light on this side. Yeah. Alright, now define this one a little bit. And this one. that a light would hit right there. Okay. Now I can go in, bang some detail. Again, inconsistency is the key. Just going over basically what's already here. So you're just kind of dabbing it here and there, but I'm not taking away any of the dark that's in between them, because that's the separation in the bark. It took me so long to figure out how to do tree bark. Make this part disappear like that. Let them get bigger as you get down below, and then disappear. Fade right on out. And like I said, I'm not touching this one. These ones are a little tighter. I use smaller lines. It's not going to hit all that, but I would think it's coming in through here and then going right here. That's about it for that one. And same thing with this up here. You'd probably be just hitting right here. And leave that dark right in there. Give it a separation. Make it look more natural. Darks are very important. Here's where I take purple. Because there's light all through in this picture. It's not really one set destination of light. Even though most of it's coming this way, but you still have all this backlight in throughout wherever. So you want to use backlight color. And what this is going to do is define the shape of the tree. And then after, I can go in and throw in some more darker color to separate the tree trunk and the branches. And that's what will mainly bring it to life. I'll just take some of this light color I got here, throw it in with some purple. It's important that I use the same colors that I have in the tree when I mix other colors with it. So now, come back here and throw in purple backlight. And it probably won't look too purple to you. Camera, yeah, not really. Let me see, zoom out just a little bit. No difference. Okay, but trust me, this is light purple. I'll make it a little darker. Alright, let me see, zoom this back out. Yeah, purple, blue, I mean, you can put blue in here too. Makes for a good shadow color. But this is the backlight of the tree, and then you let it fade out, and then it'll blend in with the rest of it. All purple, all blue, make really good shadow colors. Especially if you have a nice dark painting. But what it represents, for the most part, is backlight. Because it seems like, you know, if you took, like, say my finger for instance, right? This for the most part it's in shadow, but it still has detail and you can see through it. And then this part here, where the light's not hitting very well, is still lit, but it's backlit. See what I'm saying? So it's a different color than over here. But the very edge is what your highlight is. So I mean, that's what I'm trying to accomplish. So a backlight is it's brighter than the shadow, but lighter than your highlight. If that clears it up. But right now it's so faint you really can't even tell. But only because this tree is back further than, say, this bush here. The more detail you put in it, the closer it's going to look. So I'm just throwing in a simple shadow color here. And it's going to mix with the paint that's already on here, so that's a good thing. Yeah, straight purple in with the brown mix that I already had. So it keeps within the color scheme. can also use that backlight color as a separator too if you wanted more and more detail. Like you can separate this with it and it'll still look like it's in shadow. Just blend that out. Now, here comes the fun part. This is what is going to bring the tree out. Out of its dormant state. So, just going to use that brown that I had earlier. Take a very small amount of black in it. You don't want to go too strong with the black. You just want to like grade up. Yeah, like that. And then it's just the same technique, only difference is we're going to go right in the middle. And this is where the two lights meet, and then the dark separates in the middle. All these colors will come together as you go down, 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 down. And this is where you establish your shadows. For the deeper shadows, just add more black, because the separation between 1, 2, 3, 4 branches, so in between them will be the shadow. So we want to establish that shadow right here, not actually on the branch, but in between them. This one gets a light one here. And if it ain't dark enough, just, either use more brown or more black. bring this right into the shadow, into the middle. See how that grays it up? Same thing here. In between. This is more in shadow, yeah. This one I'll just rub right in there like that. Yeah. Wow, it looks really shitty on on camera. There we go. I don't know. I'll take a picture of it, and then for anybody who says, "Oh, I really can't see what you're doing," it's because the fucking lighting in here sucks. So, I don't know if this will be any better. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little better. But like, it's really bright. I gotta take out one of the bulbs. The fluorescent bulb, so it's not really showing too much. But I'm gonna be starting another painting today while my eagle dries. I put my base coat on, but and for this part here, see, because it's coming out way too brown for me, I need it more dark in this area. So I'm just going to go in with straight black. And I'm just going to dab it like this. Because it's going to mix regardless, and then whatever colors are here, it's just going to become gray. It's hard to keep a light color light, and it's hard to keep a dark color dark. So you need to find a happy medium between the two, because your colors are going to blend regardless of what you do, unless you're using acrylic. I don't use acrylic. I like blending, and I don't want to have to sit here and worry about if my paint going to dry too quick. No, fuck that. I'm all set with that shit. So, and then I'm going to take the dark brown color. Define this a little bit more, just trying to separate it, because it is its own branch. So that's a little better. Now it looks deep. It's got its own detail, even though it seems like you did all that detail for nothing. But that's okay, you know. But this technique like this is, can either be used hell, forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, yeah, you can use the knife doing this. But your paint is gonna be much more thicker. It's gonna be a lot like that. You see what I'm saying? This is a whole lot of paint, a lot of texture here. Okay. So, I mean, where's my knife? So, basically, you know, you just have a ton of paint, and you'd be going like this with it, just touching it, and letting the paint come off of the knife. You know, and you can just throw whatever colors in there, basically, you know, any earth colors. So, that's pretty much how that works. But, getting back to this one, because of the backlight, okay, especially right up in here, okay, and then down in here, right, the tree still looks like it has its form, and that was the reason for the backlight. And like I said, you can either use blue or you can use purple. Doesn't matter. Both make a really good shadow color. You know, you don't necessarily have to use black, you know, for shadow. So, but there you go. Made a small video out of it. And if you happen to miss this video or whatever, you know, you can. I left my my YouTube in the link. There again, forgot what I was saying. So, anyway, yeah, you can definitely find my my YouTube link on my profile. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. So, and then pretty much that's it. So, that's how I do trees. All right. All done.